The current astrology, here we are in between eclipses right now. So we just came off of the Pisces full moon eclipse. We're coming up on the next new moon in Virgo, the second one, and that is the last eclipse. And so this time and space that we're in, it can feel like a lot. There can feel like it honestly feels like a whirlwind of energy. It feels like this eclipse season is very, very powerful, especially if you have planets or points that are being activated with this eclipse. You know, if you had something that was close to that Pisces full moon eclipse, or if you're going to have it close to the Virgo one at the very last degrees of Virgo at 29 degrees. But this eclipse season is really, and throughout this whole year, as we're working with these nodes of fate, we are actively releasing the perfectionistic tendencies, the energy of not starting something, not putting yourself out there because you don't feel like it's good enough yet. You're like very judgmental, right? That is the lowest expression of the Virgo energy, getting caught and like trapped in this judgment, you know, for yourself, and also then it's projectile vomited onto other people. But the shadow side of Virgo, that judgment that stops you from starting, that stops you from moving forward, that stops you from putting yourself out there. So maybe right now, these days, it's Thursday, throughout this whole week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's not going to be really over until we move through the weekend. But there's a lot that's being stimulated in regards to the past, right? Because the South Node is here, the Sun, Mercury are crossing over the South Node. There's a cazimi, there's a lot of astrological words, things that are happening. But what this means is we are actively releasing that shadow side of Virgo, the judgment, the worry, the anxiousness, the perfectionism, the ways that we have not allowed ourselves to show up out of fear of being judged or feeling like we're not perfect, you know, because Virgo is hyper aware of the imperfections in the world, and they have a beautiful skill at, you know, tending to those imperfections, at fixing them and trying to make things whole and repairing things. But being mindful of when that energy is, you know, is hurting the self, when they turn that inwards and feel like they're never good enough or they're never living up to their own standards. And so with this North Node here in Pisces, what we're really actively moving towards is dropping the shadow side of Virgo. We're here to connect with the highest expression of Pisces, which is truly our dreams, like utopia on earth. What does that look like for you? What is your dream life? Like that Pisces energy of your dreams, your vision, the future, like what would you want that to look like? Embracing the highest energy of Pisces here, that is all about trust, that is about surrender, it's about compassion. You know, that is the medicine, that is the antidote to the Virgo, the judgment, or, you know, the self hurt, the harm that they can cause themselves, just the judgment and the mental like loops that they can get caught in. That Pisces compassion, the softening, the melting, the like giving it up and giving it to God, that is truly that Pisces energy. And so just understanding this time and space that we're in, this eclipse season, this portal of energy, this whirlwind of time as we're in between eclipses, you know, it can feel like the void. It feels like everything is changing at a rapid rate, like so much is shifting within us. You could be feeling really tired, like energetically, or needing a lot of time to rest and to recuperate, because it feels like there's a lot of upgrades that are happening within us. There's a lot, again, right now that's being brought up to the surface from the past. So again, that South Node in connection to past lives, just karma earlier in this lifetime. Stuff could be coming up to the surface right now so that we can see it, we can address it in a new way, and we can release it with love and with compassion, right? That Pisces energy. We're not judging it and, you know, banishing it. We are releasing it and understanding with love and acceptance and compassion, the Pisces energy, because we know now with this aspect here, it's like having perfect vision, like having perfect hindsight and understanding how everything needed to happen, you know, how it did to bring us to this moment. And so that is a little bit about what is currently happening in the sky and the astrology. I really just wanted to emphasize the South Node activation here. So things from the past that could be coming up to the surface at this time. There should be some clarity, some aha moments, some, you know, clear direction as what we want moving forward, especially with this cazimi, the sun shining its light on Mercury, on our mind, on our thought process. So things becoming clear. Again, eclipse season is fated happenings, doors closing, new doors opening, just understanding that this is like it's a magical whirlwind of energy, and we're just riding the waves and being open to what life is presenting us. Right? That is the highest expression, again, of the North Node in Pisces. Being open, surrendering, trust, letting go, knowing that the plan that God, source, spirit has in store for you is greater than you could even imagine. But it doesn't hurt to take some time to marinate in that imaginative Pisces space here and kind of envision what that life would look like for you. So I hope that this is helpful and supports you in working with the current energy. And as always, I'm available for readings. If you would like to work with me, you can reach out to me here, the link in my bio on here, to book an astrology reading.